This is Akeem Holmes from Home Team Sports TV. We're so excited to be back live on HTS TV covering the full scholastic and athletic year for 2022-2023. Today's matchup is the Spring Mills Cardinals versus the Musselman Applemen. Today's title sponsor is VFW Post 3522. We have a host of new sponsors and returning sponsors that we are very appreciative of. Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty at 304-261-6109. HG's Barbecue, Soul Food and Catering at 816-438-1101. Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance at 202-431-6896. Quintez McDonald Gibson and Integrity Home Mortgage. And our halftime show sponsor is L&L Handyman at 304-820-2137. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the coaches' interviews. You kicking it with the home team or home?
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
We are back at Spring Mills High School, where the Spring Mills Cardinals will face your Musselman Applemen. This is the 2022-2023 season opener for both teams. What we're going to do is we had coaches interviews. We're going to play those coaches interviews, and when we come back, we will announce our players to watch. We will show our appreciation to our sponsors. Once again, this is Home Team Sports TV at Spring Mills High School for the first season opener of the Musselman Applemen versus Spring Mills Cardinals.
Game face off, man. I see that. Let's go. Let's go.
It's go time, man. We've been doing it all summer, so get ready to blow off some steam.
Hey, I already know, man. It's been a long time coming. That game one is always the hardest one to wait for, isn't it?
It always is. Expectations always win a state championship.
Mm-hmm.
The expectations always make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of not one of those guys that necessarily wants to get into, hey, we want to win 8 games or we want to win this or win that. The big thing, and especially with what we're trying to build here at Spring Mills, is we want to make sure that our kids are developing each game, learning the game, and also just learn how to be a team and stick together and go through the process of how a high level football program runs, and that's showing up every day to practice. That's paying attention in film time, and the little things. Like last night we had pasta night, which is a little pregame meal we do for our kids, and just kind of building that identity and that familial sense within the program, and that's important for every program. But in regards to the newness of Spring Mills, it's kind of doubly important to kind of, once again, just build those traditions. We started pasta night last night, and it was really nice to hear the kids all week, are we getting pasta? Are we getting pasta?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're not talking about football here, Coach, but at the end of the day, I am, when you're looking at the overarching big picture. Last night, and I usually wait till real late to choose our captains, because I think it's something very important. I don't think it's some haphazard thing. Okay, there's 4 guys. But last night, we did announce our captains. One of them being Sam Stotler, who's going to be, most teams call he's going to be our speaking captain. So pretty much, our lead captain there. But him and Gavin Jones are kind of sharing that role. These are 2 seniors. Sam plays running back and has started since he was a sophomore and has been, if not our leading tackler, number 2 or number 3 You know, every year I've been here, Sam's a hard-working kid, hard-nosed kid, is a leader in the school as well, a three-sport athlete, you know, excels in all of them. So, you know, you really couldn't, pick that was an easy pick, you know. Him and Gavin were very easy picks. Gavin's the same way. You know, got a call from VMI today for football. Once again, another sport athlete, and these kids are 4.0 students too. So, you know, really easy choices in that phase. But, I went a little different route in regards to the other two guys. You know, you generally choose four. I chose a couple juniors. You know, there's a couple juniors that really stood out for us in the off season and in camp. And have really just have jumped in there and taken leadership roles. And one of those kids is Nate Graham. And that's a name I do think, they should watch out for this year. You know, this kid's a physical freak. He's the strongest kid on our team and probably top three in speed as well. So, and he plays defensive end as well as running back. But once again, just a phenomenal kid. I mean, yes, sir, no, sir. He's the kid that will run through the wall for you. And he's really aided in, just once again, getting this culture of discipline and accountability and all this stuff that makes a good football team. The other kid is a kid, Todd Claxton, who once again, a junior, was a leader in the offseason, leader all camp, and he's kind of representing the big uglies for us down in the trenches. You always want to get an offensive lineman on that captain squad, and Todd was really that kid that we thought is kind of the leader there up front, and also one of the main leaders in the locker room.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you going through that. Your beard's a little bit better than mine. I've got some catching up to do. Yeah.
It's been taking a while. I'm sitting here looking at myself as like, man, I need to trim this thing up.
Yeah, this will be my 10th year as a head coach at Musselman. And last year was the first year that we finished under 500, in 10 years. So it was really easy to kind of get the kids focused in the off season, just because it was, hey, I think you sustained success for so long. And then, some of these kids coming through have never known what it was to lose. And, trying to get them to understand that you don't just walk in, even though you're a part that's pretty good, you just don't walk in and automatically win. The teams before you have earned that right through the work. So trying to kind of get back to the basics and get these kids to understand, if you want to be successful, what we say at Musselman, I tell the kids a lot, I said, if you want to be a championship level team, and that doesn't mean at the end of the day, you're going to win the state championship, but just saying, hey, if you want to be considered a team that's going to be there at the end and be in the mix, then, you got to work at it. So we had a good spring. We had a good summer. We've had a really successful camp here, and, hopefully, knock on wood, kind of praying that rolls into our game against Spring Mills.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about who you lost last season and who you have stepping up into those leadership roles this year?
Yeah. Honestly, we get a lot back. We've got a lot back. We did lose some full seniors. One of our quarterbacks last year was Nathan Liberty, and he could really spin the ball. And he had a really active arm, was a really good player. Kobe Hazlett was another player for us that played on both sides of the ball that we lost, who was really good. But, honestly, we have a lot of experience under our belt. And I've really seen that in our camp, that we have kids that last year were first-year starters. And when you're a first-year starter, you can say all day, like, hey, here's how the game's going to be, but you don't know how it is there. And we got a lot of kids this year that are just they're way more comfortable in their own skin, if you know what I mean. Like, they're just they feel better. They don't think as much, they're just reacting. So we got a lot of experience coming back. We still have some inexperienced guys that are going to be starting. We have some youth really with our linemen, but as far as our leadership roles, we got some really good leaders on. I feel like the game plan's in on Wednesday, and we can play on Thursday. So really Thursdays for us are kind of crank the music up, let the kids dance and walk through and just kind of let it all out. We have a big team meal on Thursday. So, we had a really big meal last night as a team. And then, we invited the parents into the locker room last night to kind of get ready and get the lockers ready. So it's just a cool vibe. I just think, Musselman's unique just because, you go back in the history of Musselman, they started out as a really small single A school, and we've grown into one of the biggest AAA schools in the state. But there's certain, even though we're big, that we still have that like small town community feel. And that's one really cool thing about this school is, on a day like today, it's game day. It's still kind of got that feeling like, hey, we're going to shut everything down and focus on the Friday nights.
And we are back at Spring Mills High School, where Home Team Sports TV will bring the community EPAC action featuring the Spring Mills Cardinals of Spring Mills, West Virginia versus the Musselman Applemen of Inwood, West Virginia. HD, this is the inaugural football broadcast for Home Team Sports TV, and I am super excited to be able to call it with you. What is something that you're looking for from both of these teams?
Man, we want some football. That's what I want to see. I want to see some hitting them in the mouth, knocking them on their butts. Football. Let's get some pads. Let's go, man. It's fall. It's football season. A nice good weather. Let's just have some fun. But I definitely want to see how these teams have built on their seasons last year. Understand there was some good season for the Spring Mills. Cardinals had a decent season last year. And as they coming out the tunnel, look at them with them blues and them reds on. Them Spring Mills Cardinals, they coming ready. I like that at high school.
And it's a beautiful high school.
Yes, it is.
When I was driving up here, my son said, this looks like a college campus. So this is definitely one of the most beautiful high schools that we have in the state of West Virginia. So it's definitely a great atmosphere for our inaugural football broadcast. So we're excited to be back live, covering a full scholastic season, which includes soccer, wrestling, swimming, football, volleyball, baseball, everything. We are ready to bring the community what they want. So our title sponsor today is VFW Post 3522, and we have a host of new and returning sponsors: Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty, HD's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance. Stay in the game with Neil for all your insurance needs. Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage. And our halftime show sponsor is L&L Handyman Services at 304-820-2137. Our post-game show and player of the game sponsor is Catro Law. So in speaking to Coach Brian Thomas, I asked him, is there anyone that you would expect to take a tremendous leap going into this season? And, in true Brian Thomas fashion, he had multiple players that he was definitely looking forward to seeing. Logan Shelton, the speedster and track star Ray Adams, and the defensive lineman and offensive lineman that I've seen play personally, Xavier Pollard. For Spring Mills coach, Mr. Sims, his player to watch is Sam Stotler, the linebacker. He said he's a film junkie. He studies, he watches the game. He is very, very focused on film. And I enjoy watching cerebral football players. So I look forward to seeing Sam shine today. And we're going to go back and we're going to see if, at the end of this game, if any of those players to watch from either coach will be a star or potential player of the game. So, Musselman has won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So we will have Spring Mills getting the ball first. And we are waiting for the initial kickoff for Home Team Sports TV for the communities in Inwood and Spring Mills. Let's get ready. Let's go. Waiting for the official whistle. The whistle is blown and the kick is off. The ball will receive at the Spring Mills 10. He pushes up. He gets small into the hole. And the return to the 30-yard line, well, Spring Mills will take over. And let's see what this Spring Mills offense has this year. Like they say, what kind of juice, what kind of motor does the Spring Mills offense have this season? Number 15, Max Anderson, 6-foot sophomore, quarterback at defensive back, will take the first snaps. We'll have two receivers to the right side, a single receiver to the left. He scans the field. First play will be a handoff up the middle, and he is smooth. The Musselman linemen are ready to play. And honestly, I've always loved running a screen or a play that takes advantage of a team's aggressiveness on that first play, because you know what, it's a new season. Everybody comes out so hyped that you can go on to or run a screen and pick up a 5 or big chunks.
Jake, you got to get the ball in the center of the camera.
It'll be 2nd and 10. We have trips to the left. Takes the first snap, a screen. And the ball is dropped by number 2, Keon Mills, the 5'9", 175-pound sophomore. In the jitters, obviously you're going to see some jitters, especially from a younger player, a sophomore. The quarterback's a sophomore. Spring Mills is a very young team. So it's highly amazing to see the emotions and how the emotions impact the game initially. So we will have 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. It will be 3rd and 10 at the Spring Mills 30-yard line. Max Anderson takes the snap. He scans the field. He scrambles out. He looks for someone to throw to, and there's no one open. And Spring Mills' first possession will be a 3-and-out. Scramble by Max Anderson would be a gain of 2 yards. So we got to see the Musselman defense versus Spring Mills offense, and Musselman was game. They were locking up receivers, very physical versus the initial run. And Musselman has some big linemen. They're very physical. They've been in the weight room. James Carmichael looks like a man amongst boys out there on the field. The punt received by number 9 for Musselman, Logan Shelton, the wide receiver, one of Coach Thomas's players to watch. And we will now get Musselman's first possession at the Spring Mills 45-yard line. Well, actually, the Musselman 45-yard line. So let's see what motor is in Musselman's their vehicle. It looks like we have a penalty on the field. Running into the kicker. And Spring Mills will actually replay the down. I think it was because the punt really didn't gain much ground. So they'll give their punter, number 4, Rylan Swartz, another chance at it. Rylan Swartz with the punt. The ball is received at the 45-yard line. He jumps and he is hit immediately, but he carries the defender to the 50-yard line. Logan Shelton with an amazing play, a dangerous play, but it was definitely a dangerous play right there. So Coach Thomas said that Troy Wollaston is a player to watch on this Musselman offense, along with the speedster Ray Adams. It will be Musselman's ball at the Musselman 49-yard line. Initial handoff to number 1, Dalton Haynes, for a gain of 1. It would be 2nd and 9. Musselman at the Spring Mills 49-yard line. The quarterback looks over to Coach Thomas for the play. A little confusion by number 4, Kobe Moneypenny, but he is set now. Musselman with the power set, power pistol. Ray Adams goes in motion. The jet sweep, and he is quickly tackled by the cornerback, number 2, Keon Mills.
That was real scouted.
It was a very physical play from a secondary, from the cornerback on the other side.
Yes.
So once Ray Adams went in motion, he followed him. So maybe that is something for us to watch going forward. Is number 2, Keon Mills, going to shadow Ray Adams the whole game? Musselman with the tight doubles. Initial slap, he rolls out. The quarterback scrambles, number 10, Braden Hartman, and he is smoked at the 48-yard line, and he fumbled, but they will take it back to the initial spot.
Said it was a forward pass.
So for a forward pass, and it would be 4th and 11 at the Spring Mills 49-yard line. And we'll see if Musselman will punt the ball or they'll be dangerous in the first half and try to be a little bit more aggressive. It looks like they're going to punt right now. Both defenses were game, HG, on their first possessions.
Yeah. And, you got to get those first possession jitters out.
And the ball snapped over his head of Braden Hartman.
What is he going to do?
Braden Hartman chases it down.
Oh, my God.
And he is tackled.
Ball's up in the air.
Oh, the ball's up in the air. Number 4,
We've got all sorts
Kobe
of stuff.
Moneypenny. And he fumbles. And it would be Spring Mills ball at the Musselman 21.
First game
And
jitters.
those first game jitters,
They're real.
But that's a play that you don't typically see from a senior. A little bit of damage control, a little bit of panicking right there.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the initial jitters is definitely showing his face right now.
So I think he was trying to throw it out of bounds, maybe?
No, it was a panic. The ball went over his head. He wanted to try to throw the ball forward, hoping that it dropped, and then the ball would have went back to the 49-yard line to the original spot, but it did not make it. So it will be Spring Mills ball at the Musselman 22-yard line.
They've got excellent field
And the
position.
handoff to the scat back. Hard to see their numbers. Number 7, Cam Taylor, the sophomore. This Spring Mills team is so young, and it's going to, for both basketball and football, they're so young and so talented that Spring Mills is going to be a school to watch over the next 2 seasons. They definitely have an amazing talent pool of young players.
Can you zoom in some? Yeah, you got to zoom in a little bit more. That's good right there.
It would be 2nd and 12 from the Musselman 24-yard line. Max Anderson with the handoff to number 7, Cam Taylor, for a gain of an inch. It would be 3rd and 12 from the Musselman
Good shot.
25-yard line.
Jay, move your camera to the left a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Jay, zoom out some. Bruce, stay where you are. Zoom in a little bit, Bruce.
Be 3rd and 13 from the Musselman 25-yard line.
Right
Spring
there.
Mills with the doubles to the right. Single receiver to the left. Max Anderson scrambles. And the pass is completed to number 12, Tristan Davis, 5'11" junior. And that is good for 9 yards. It'll be 4th and 3 at the Musselman 15-yard line. HG, do you expect them to go for the field goal? Is there something you think they might have seen?
It was 4th and 3. I don't know. It depends on the strength of their kicker. You know, if they've got a confidence in their kicker, you know, some points is better than no points.
But obviously, they're going to go for it. This will be the first time we're seeing Max Anderson under center. I wonder if he's going to try to get him offline, but he's not. And a quick pitch
And it
to
worked.
number 24, Alex
Straight
Eaton,
up.
the 5'9" junior, for the first down.
Straight up the middle.
And I like that. It was a quick power pitch.
Yeah.
And one thing that I have noticed in the few plays that Spring Mills has had where they passed the ball, they rolled out. So I think the Musselman defensive line has gained their respect.
Yeah.
So it'll be first and goal at the Musselman 9-yard line. This will be the first time we see a power eye and a penalty flag. The second time we've seen gold on the field. It'll be a legal formation. Spring Mills will be a loss of 5 yards.
Once again, I think that's just simple, you know, mental blocks and first game. First series, I know we've on the second series, but this is the first real drive that's kind of going anywhere. You know, these kids are excited. They're wanting to get out there and play. They've been waiting for this all summer, working out all summer. Now it's here. So I think that as the game progresses, we will begin to settle down some.
Yes.
And you know, see a cleaner brand of football.
And you see that at all levels
Yeah.
of sports, from the pros on down. Just the initial excitement, the emotions of, you know, starting the season and being able to hit someone else. And this is a huge game for both teams, with it being in the EPAC. Both of these teams
County.
expect to make it to the playoffs. So it has a little bit more passion and fire than any other game that might include someone from outside of your area, your
Right.
community.
And then this is county too.
Zoom out a little bit,
So
James.
county bragging rights.
It'll be second and goal from the 13-yard line. Max Anderson rolls out once again to the left side. Penalty flag. He throws the ball out of bounds as no one was open. Game right now has a slight level of sloppiness.
Starting to see a lot of the little yellow flags on the field.
An illegal chop block, which typically, I know in the pro game, is a 15-yard penalty. So we will see what the referee will do right now. Yeah,
Wow.
it'll be a 15-yard penalty. So it went from first and goal
Move your camera to the right. So
for Spring Mills at the Musselman 8-yard line
there you go.
to now
Pretty sure Coach
It
Sims
is.
doesn't like that.
second and goal from the Musselman 29. So that's a loss of 21 yards in the last play. We will have doubles to the left, single receiver to the right. Max Anderson takes the snap. He takes a drop. No one is open. He falls to the knee and is sacked
He's still up.
at the
They hadn't
Musselman
blown it yet. We have a,
37-yard line, and we have an injury on the
Keep it
field.
right there, bro. Don't move.
He's about 10 yards away from the play.
And while we have the injury, we're going to take it to a quick commercial break. It's Home Team Sports TV. And we're back at Spring Mills High School. We just had an injury to James Carmichael, but he's walking off on his own power. And it will be third and goal for Spring Mills at the
Third and
Musselman
goal.
37.
From the 37.
Yeah. 2 penalties and a sack.
Yeah.
And they've lost 29 yards.
So they've got to air it out. So now we're going to see this young man's arm and see.
He drops back. He scans his
He's got
field.
time.
He doesn't see anyone open. He rolls out. And the ball is batted down by number 17 from Musselman, Anthony Cornell, the junior. And right now we're seeing Spring Mills receivers struggle to get open.
Yes.
The line is giving Max Anderson time to pass, but no one's getting open. And some of that is his great defense. But the other aspect is as a wide receiver, yes, it's about running the routes, but it's also about being cerebral and seeing the holes in the defense. And that's something that I look forward to seeing an adjustment. You know, the coach right now is with the quarterback on the iPad, showing him what he sees. And hopefully we'll see some growth from the sophomore going forward. And the ball is dead.
About a 17-yard punt.
At the 20-yard line, and we'll have Musselman taking their second possession of the first quarter. We have 3:44 left in the first quarter. Both teams have had the ball at least once. Spring Mills has the ball twice. This will be Musselman's second possession. Let's see what adjustments Brian Thomas has for the offense in his second possession.
Exactly. You know, that last series didn't quite end the way that, you know, they wanted it to. So let's see if they can get some momentum going and, you know, get a couple of plays, get out of their own territory and
Baden Harden taking the snap. And we have a penalty. Be a false start on Musselman, a loss of 5 yards. And with these offenses and the way they like to run their offense, losing yardage is definitely not the type of discipline that either coach wanted to see early in this game.
No.
So it'll be 1st and 15 at the Musselman 15-yard line. We have trips to the left.
With 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter, it is 0-0.
Ray Adams single to the right side. Baden Hartman with the quarterback power. Gain of 6 out to the 21-yard line. And we've seen a lot of that last year with running the quarterbacks. So it's definitely not shocking to see a quarterback with the skill set of Baden Hartman to be utilized.
Isaiah Eatman was not fooled by that. He didn't. He got hold of the quarterback and he wasn't going to let him go.
So we'll have 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. Logan Shelton goes into motion. The option to Logan Shelton and Spring Mills is not fooled. Very disciplined on defense.
Yes.
And that would be a gain of no yardage.
Defenses come ready to play.
Both defenses are very physical, very fast, and very disciplined. So it'll be 3rd and 8 at the Musselman 22-yard line. Neither team at this point has a first down. We have trips to the right. Troy Wollaston single to the left side. Baden Hartman scans the field. He claps his hands. He drops back to pass. Deep ball to Logan Shelton. And he slowed down, and he drops a wide open pass that would have been a touchdown. And for their wide receivers at home, run through the ball.
He was
Do
at the house.
not slow down. Do not let the moment get the best of you. Run through the ball and make the catch.
Man, as a receiver that was put in for plays just like that, I know his eyes got as big as quarters because he knew that he had beat him. He knew he had nothing but just green field in front of him. And he got too happy too quick.
And honestly, that's going to be something that tonight when he gets in bed, he's going to be thinking about that play all night long.
He got to shake it off. Next play.
Hey, that's what the best do. Next play is the best play.
Now that we're punting,
Baden Hartman with the
able to get it
boomer.
off.
The ball is over the head of the Spring Mills returner, number 5, Zach Bender. And Spring Mills will take over at the Spring Mills 38-yard line. So we've seen both offensive twice. Neither team has gotten a first down yet, but obviously that was a big play right there that they just left on the field.
That one literally, he was there. Like he had nothing but green pastures in front of him.
Yeah, that was a house call. So it'll be 1st and 10 Spring Mills at the Spring Mills 37-yard line. First play handoff to number 7 Cam Taylor. And the jitterbug gets the ball to the Musselman, the Spring Mills 42-yard line, actually, for a gain of 7. You know, Cam Taylor reminds me a little bit of Chris Johnson, old Titans running back. Small stature, very fast,
small,
very quick, very shifty. You don't really see running backs like that be feature backs, but obviously he's a very physical back as well. We have 2 wide receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Pistol set with a running back right beside him. Pass protection. Max Anderson scrambles up the middle. We have our first down of the game. Max Anderson scrambles to the Musselman 46-yard line.
That was nice. Nice decision.
And Max is an athlete. I've known his family for years. He has a brother named Xavier, who's 6'4" freshman that will see some action. Very, very, very good on the basketball court as well. So his family genetics he's definitely been blessed. So 1st and 10 at the Musselman 46-yard line. He takes a handoff. Inside handoff to number 24 for Spring Mills, Alex Eaton, for a gain of 1. 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see if Coach Sims will just take it to the end of the first, or will he run a play? Looks like they're going to take it to the end of the first, regroup a little bit. They have their best offensive possession going right now. So, like we said, HD at the beginning of the game, the initial jitters in the first quarter.
Those are over.
We've seen it over. Kids have gotten hit in the mouth a couple times.
Yeah.
And now we're ready to play
now it's
football. So we will take a quick commercial break from Spring Mills High School. Spring Mills 0, Musselman 0 at the end of the first quarter.
Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
Back at Spring Mills for the start of the second quarter, and we are seeing Spring Mills with the best offensive possession of the game so far. 2nd and 9 at the Musselman 45-yard line. Max Anderson with the quick wide receiver screen, going nowhere. Pass is complete for a gain of 0, actually a loss of 1. And you would like to see Max put a little bit more power on that throw and give the receiver time to actually use his skill set. And that's what a play like that is built for. You throw a bullet into their chest and give them enough time to look up in the field and be able to use their athleticism to create yards after the catch. So I'll look forward to seeing Max Aronson actually throw a better ball next time. Be 3rd and 10 from the Musselman 46-yard line. He drops, he scrambles, and he is sacked for a loss of 10 at the Spring Mills 45-yard line.
Ready to play.
They've come ready to play, but you also got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
That's not on the offensive line. That play right there, unfortunately, is on the quarterback. Once you see that you don't have anything open, you either have to get out of the pocket or you have to throw the ball away. Sacked by Xavier Pollard, and he is another player that Coach Brian Thomas told us to look out for. Rollin Swartz with the punt, ball to the side of his foot. Picked up at the 30-yard line by Logan Shelton. He stutter steps and tackled at the 36-yard line of Musselman.
That was perfect.
That was a quick three and out.
Actually, no.
That's right. They got first down.
Yeah, they got a couple first downs on that possession. So it was actually 3 quick plays after the second quarter.
But
it was definitely the Spring Mills' best possession of the game. So we'll see Musselman on the field for the 3rd time, and neither offense has gotten going yet.
Right.
So just looking forward to seeing these offenses gain a little bit of confidence and actually see some plays.
So now the jitters are gone.
Hartman takes the snap, throws an out route to Ray Adams for a gain of 6.
That was one of those plays that was designed to go that way no matter what, because he had Shelton wide open.
Yeah,
to his back.
And I think they wanted
side,
to get their
weak
biggest
side.
playmaker the ball, because Ray Adams is actually one of the fastest track athletes in the state of West Virginia. So I think they want to get him started, get him confident, get him going, because I guarantee you at some point he's gonna bust one open.
Then you get him going on a streak.
It is 2nd and 5. Handoff inside to the running back number 1, Dalton Haynes.
And if I'm not mistaken, based on the spot, that might be Musselman. Oh, got him.
And it's always the second one.
Yep.
And after they get a first down, Musselman will lose 15 yards on a personal foul. Actually, they called it on both.
They called it on
so
both.
So it'll be offsetting. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, honestly, because
so they didn't see.
Typically, they see the second athlete, and only the second one gets punished. But the referees at this time weren't fooled. It definitely was a personal foul on both players.
Right.
So the referees got it right. So it'll be Musselman's first down, their first down of the game. And fortunately for them, they didn't lose any yardage.
Right. So with the offset, that prevents the ejection.
No, there was no ejection going to happen. You get two of those penalties to get ejected. Dalton Haynes with the big hole.
Nice.
20-yard run to the Spring Mills 32-yard line. And honestly, one of the first things that I did see from the initial play of the game was Musselman's offensive line is very physical. And I can see Musselman slowly wearing them down to where in the 3rd and 4th quarter, they're going to get chunks of yards at will.
It's going to be a possession game. They're
1st and 10.
They're going
at
to control the clock.
Line. All sides on Spring Mills. Should be a gain of 5 yards, so it would be 1st and 5 from the Spring Mills 27-yard line, and we are getting close to entering the red zone. Musselman with trips left. First and 5, a quick tight end screen to Troy Wollaston. And the big tight end is down to the Musselman 24-yard line.
Close to a first down.
It'll be
Close.
2nd and 3. Baden Hartman in the power pistol. Takes the handoff up the
Wide
middle.
open.
And touchdown, Baden Hartman. Musselman gets their first touchdown of the game. And the discipline of the Musselman team and the Musselman coaches is showing right now. The players got excited and the coaches quickly refocused them and let them know this is a long game. This is a 4-quarter game, and you have to stay focused. With Baden Hartman with the power pistol run for 22 yards for the
That was a
Musselman
nice
score.
play.
Yes.
So it looks like we've seen that they want to establish the run game.
Yeah, right now Musselman's offensive line is very physical. It's the most dominant unit on the field right now. So we have Logan Shelton in the pistol right now. He takes the handoff. He jab steps and is tackled down at the 2. The 2-point conversion is no good. So with 7:37 left in the second quarter, we have Musselman 6 and Spring Mills 0. We'll take a quick commercial break and back to Musselman and Spring Mills. So we don't.
Jawan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work.
And we're back at Spring Mills High School where Musselman has just kicked the ball out of bounds. And they will get the ball, I think, high school 25-yard line. So we got to see Musselman finally turn it up. It's, to me, that offensive line, that defensive line for Musselman has been very dominant.
Right.
And I think they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams throughout the state. But let's see how Spring Mills will adjust. Right now, when they've actually dropped back, the receivers have struggled to get open deep down the field. Let's see if they go to a quicker passing game and try to let their athletes create the yards after the catch. Be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Max Anderson in the pistol set. The handoff. And a gain of 10 by Cam Taylor, the sophomore.
So now let's just see how Spring Mills bounces back after, giving up that touchdown. See if they're able to come back and score one of their own.
So make a correction. It was a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 1 from the Spring Mills 44-yard line.
I think the last thing you want to do is let this Musselman team get 2-3 touchdowns or scores out.
Yeah.
With the way their defense is playing, with the way that line is dominating.
And something that I'm seeing as well is that Spring Mills has to be focused on keeping the chains and keeping the yardage moving.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they get 3 yards, 4 yards, they have to make sure they're not losing yards because they don't seem to have that explosive athlete to pick up the big chunk yardage. So that'd be a loss of 2 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 3 from the Spring Mills 42-yard line. They had to get to the Spring Mills 45-yard line for a first down. 6:54 left in the second quarter, and Spring Mills takes a timeout. We'll take a quick commercial break. 6-0 Musselman from Spring Mills High School.
Got your game face on, man. I see that. Let's go. Let's go.
It's go time, man. When we've been.
The first thing,
We're back at Spring Mills High School. Well, it'll be a 3rd and 3 from the Spring Mills 42-yard line. We have trips to the left, single running back. Just like some confusion from Spring Mills. Max Anderson throws an out route. Ball caught at the Spring Mills 48-yard line for a first down.
All right.
And that play right there, Max Anderson created that by himself. Because obviously you see there's a little bit of confusion right there on the play where they hiked the ball and there were multiple players on the Spring Mills team that didn't even move yet. First down at the Spring Mills 48-yard line. Max Anderson takes a snap. Low snap. Screenplay going nowhere.
Once again, well scouted. I mean, it.
Pressured by Troy Williston. And honestly, that might have been the best thing that could have happened to Spring Mills if that play did fail, that he didn't catch that.
Right.
Because he would have lost 5 yards. It'd be 2nd and 10 from the Spring Mills 48-yard line.
You know, that comes somewhat with maturity, you know. As you get older and you get closer to, you know, college level, pro level, you learn how to read that and get rid of the ball quicker or, you know, just throw it out of bounds, you know.
Actually, you know, throwing the ball into the dirt on that play was smart. If you throw the ball out of bounds and there's no receiver there, you can get a penalty right there. And once again, that Musselman line is swarming.
They came ready.
Musselman came ready.
They came ready to play.
You could tell they've been in the weight room.
Yeah.
They're just they're a very impressive team.
So I remember listening to the interview before the game with the coach, and he said that this is his 10th year here, and last year was the first year that they had a losing record underneath him, and how the players had a bitter taste in their mouth, but they had a hunger also. So when they came back in for camp, they were able to use that, you know, for momentum, and they worked a little harder over the summer, came into camp ready, hungry. And so you're seeing that right now.
Yeah.
You know, even though this is, you know, the first game and the second quarter of the first game, but you're seeing that these kids literally got in the gym and they took that losing record to heart. And they was like, you know, we going to do something different this year. So.
And a coach like Brian Thomas, like you said, you don't expect to see Musselman be down for long ever.
Right.
He knows what he's getting. He's always going to have a physical line, and it's just I mean, I've admired his work from afar for years. The punt from the freshman out of bounds at the 35-yard line. This is like the fourth punt that I've seen that was actually going off the side of his foot.
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
He's
a lot
a
of
freshman.
pressure.
Yeah. And he still probably has that first punt in his head. You know, right now, as a freshman, after that first punt, he's probably just catch the ball, just catch the ball, just catch the ball.
Yeah.
And then once he catches it, now you have to have that whole kick the ball. It's the mechanics
thing
of
is,
it.
confidence breeds confidence.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need to see confidence also from your mates on the sideline. Even, you know, if you struggle or make a mistake, they're there to pick you up. The game is 6-0 right now, and it's 5:09 left in the second quarter. But right now, Musselman has all the momentum.
Yeah.
And
they're
I
on
want to
defense.
see if Musselman this possession can take the ball down the field and kind of punch him in the mouth once again, establish that, hey, we're the dominant ones in this.
I think that's the thing Spring Mills does not want. It's for them to get 2 scores out.
Power pistol, handoff to number 2 for Musselman. His first carry, Alex Skaggs, the senior. It'll be a loss of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 12 from the Musselman 33-yard line. Just barely an inch from the 34-yard line. The power pistol with Skaggs behind Hartman. 2 tights on both sides. Ray Adams in motion. Hartman rolls out to the opposite side. Logan Shelton at the 50-yard line.
Got
Caught,
that one back.
smacked.
Nice.
He took the hit, bounced off, and gained 2 more yards.
He caught that one in traffic.
And that's a heart catch right there.
Yeah.
He didn't fear the contact. He knew it was coming. But it meant more to him to get that catch. Because remember, Shelton was the one who dropped that touchdown pass earlier in the game. So the viewers have seen that he's forgotten about that. 1st and 10 from the Spring Mills 48-yard line. Trips to the left. The draw up the middle. A gain of 9.
Most of
the
them
Spring
just
Mills
at this
40-yard
present
line.
moment just looks to be stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and they're executing right now. They are, you know, like you said, dominating the line.
Yeah.
And they just look to be the stronger team.
Physically. Yes.
Through a quarter and a half of play.
3:38 in the second quarter. Musselman up 6-0. The ball to 39-yard line of Spring Mills. And a timeout by Spring Mills by Coach Sims. And I think that's what he wants to talk about. I think he wants to tell his players that right now you really have to buckle down and you have to fight. Because right now, Musselman in the second quarter is imposing their will. Initially, you know, the first few run plays, Musselman tried to get to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Spring Mills and speed and athleticism, they were game.
Yeah.
But when Musselman realized that they could hit them in the mouth up the middle, from that point on, it's been bully ball.
Yeah. And then that's opening up everything else.
And a lot of that comes from confidence of being in the weight room.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the weight room and you're lifting, and you might be 240, 250 pounds, but it's a weightlifting 240, 250, it's a different level of confidence when you know that you've put in the work. Because that strength not only comes from your size, but it also comes from the conditioning. Because to lift weights and actually put on pounds, you have to be a properly conditioned athlete as well.
So true.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 from the Spring Mills 39-yard line. Trips to the left. Alex Skaggs behind Baden Hartman in the pistol. He sends him in motion. The delayed draw and a gain of 10 yards. Baden Hartman, he runs that delayed draw to perfection. It'll be 1st down at the Spring Mills 30-yard line. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. 3:16 left in the second quarter. Trips to the left. Senior receiver Ray Adams to the right. Quick hitch. Caught by Ray Adams at the 25-yard line for a gain of 5. And now Musselman is in a rhythm, and it's beautiful to watch. They can open up that playbook, and right now they can do whatever they want because their outside skill receivers are good, their offensive line is good, their quarterback is good, and their quarterback not only can he pass the ball, he's very physically running the ball as well. Same formation, the power pistol with 3 to the left, Ray Adams on his own to the right-hand side. And we have an official stoppage. We're back. Second and 5 from the 25-yard line. Baden Hartman, the straight to Ray Adams. Touchdown, Musselman Applemen.
Redemption.
Hartman to Adams.
Yeah.
Musselman is a problem, guys. And I've seen Adams and number 2, Keon Mills, talking a little bit, throughout the game. And after Adams scored that touchdown, he looked at him and he said, "Young man, pause. Let me do me."
Right. But that's what you said. You said, because of his speed, that he was going to break one, and lo and behold, he does just that.
Musselman for the extra point. The kick is up and good by number 7, Jason Gordon, basketball player. And 13-0. Musselman Applemen with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first half. And it's just amazing to see how Musselman took that initial punch in the mouth. They settled down, and now they're imposing their will. So HG, obviously we've talked about how physical Musselman is, but we've also had 2 pass plays where receivers have run, by themselves down the field, so they're also
very
athletic
fast
as well.
Yeah, very fast. And they're going to, I'm telling you, like you said earlier, they're going to start wearing these teams down. They're wearing this team down just because of the size of their line, getting just that tired of being hit mentality. And then it's going to open up. I can imagine in the second half, if Coach doesn't make some adjustments here, the second half might just get out of control.
And a great kickoff return by number 2, Keon Mills. Will bring the ball out to the 28-yard line. We apologize for technical difficulties for the scoreboard right now. The score is Musselman 13, Spring Mill 0 with 1:55 left in the second quarter. And this is a very important possession for Spring Mills. They have to get something on the board going into halftime, something good to feel good about themselves going into the second quarter. The second half. My apologies, the second half. 2 receivers to the right. Keon Mills takes the jet sweep, and he gets a gain of 1. It looked like it was a false start that didn't get called by the officials. I seen movement twice, and I think that kind of threw Musselman off a little bit.
Yeah.
It definitely was a false start.
They was looking for the yellow flag.
Yeah, it definitely was a false start. And Keon Mills is favoring his left hamstring after that touchdown bomb to Ray Adams. So he is being taken out. And number 10, Isaiah Gano, will take his spot. 1:14 left in the second quarter. And delay of game by Spring Mills. They will lose 5 yards.
That's not.
And Musselman's imploring their fans. They feel it.
Yeah.
They feel the game shifting. And what Spring Mills needs right now is they need an explosive play to kind of calm that momentum down a little bit.
They're about to go into the half, and just to have something to build on.
Yes. We're under a minute, 49 seconds left. It looks like Spring Mills is resigned to just let the clock run out. And once again, they're up against the play clock again. And they're going to have to call a timeout.
Wow. There is some miscommunication going on. Coach cannot be happy about that.
Well, I mean, to be completely honest with you, some of this is on the staff.
Yeah.
You have to be able to get your players the play with enough time, especially with the way they're running the play calls. They actually had the quarterback running all the way over to the sideline to get the play.
Yeah.
You don't really see that much nowadays. They typically have signals, signs, something. Max Anderson has to be in the best shape of his life.
So there are other teams in the EPAC that are in action tonight. The Jefferson Cougars are up 20-0 at halftime. Martinsburg is up 10-0 against Salem. So EPAC is in full effect tonight.
Yes, sir. And Max Anderson is sacked by number 2, Alex Skaggs.
Any momentum they thought they was going to get, gone. So now they have to go in the locker room and make some adjustments.
Yeah, and this is where you get to see, your team's heart right now, because when things aren't going your way, listen, you're only down 13-0.
Right.
It's not like they're getting blown out. And as bad as maybe, the game has looked so far, one play can turn this game totally around for Spring Mills.
A kickoff return at the start of the game or start of the half.
So it's 1.6 seconds left, and once again.
And then that failed 2-point conversion may come back to haunt them. So we shall see.
We have official timeout for the scoreboard.
Yeah, they lost a little bit. Time.
8 seconds. Yeah, 8 seconds went off the clock. They didn't reset the play clock. So actually, you're going to see the referee blow the whistle, let them know to restart the play clock, and they'll move from there. They're telling them to put 10 seconds on the clock.
They're just going to keep it on the field.
Handoff. He sees opening. Explosive to the hole, and he is tackled at the 29-yard line of Spring Mills. And Brian
able to
Thomas
get back to the original
calls a
line
timeout.
of
Brian Thomas calls a timeout for multiple reasons. The first reason is we really haven't seen the greatest punts from Spring Mills, and I wouldn't be shocked to see Adams and Shelton back,
both of them back,
for Musselman to see if they can create an explosive play. To be perfectly honest with you, if I'm Spring Mills, I'm kicking the ball out of bounds. I don't care if it goes 15 yards. Just kick the ball out of bounds.
It might go out of bounds.
And don't let Adams or Logan Shelton get their hands on the ball.
Because at this point, like you said, they're feeling it.
Oh, yeah, they're feeling confident right now. So,
it's just
probably going to be a max pass rush. See if they can get a block, maybe create another score before the game, before the half. The freshman Rollins Swartz for the punt. Max protection. He kicks the ball in the field of play. Logan Shelton moves us out of the way. He didn't want to create maybe a bad play for his team. And at the half, the Musselman Applemen 13, the Spring Mills Cardinals 0. We'll go to a quick commercial break and come back for our halftime show. Once again, with Home Team Sports, Musselman, Applemen 13, Spring Mill 0. We'll take a quick commercial break.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
Juwan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work.
Yeah, you got your game face on, man. I see that. Let's go. Let's go.
It's go time, man.
We're back at Spring Mills High School, where we had just showcased the Spring Mills marching band. A great performance by Spring Mills. We were going over our West Virginia high school scores. Right now at halftime, we have Bridgeport over Buchanan Upshur 42-0. George Washington and Cable Midland game of the week played yesterday. George Washington beat Cable Midland 28-21. Greenbrier East and Point Pleasant 0-0 in the first quarter. The Hedgesville-Washington game from last night, Hedgesville with a 34-15 win to open their season. University and John Marshall was 0-0. The Martinsburg Bulldogs 13 and Salem out of Virginia 0 in the second quarter. Jefferson is up 20-0 over Millbrook in the second quarter. Our game, the Musselman Applemen versus the Spring Mills Cardinals. Musselman is up 13-0 at half. St. Albans and Parkersburg is 0-0 in the first quarter. Parkersburg South is punishing Capital 35-0 in the first quarter. Hampshire is up 21-7 over Preston County in the second quarter. Lincoln County and Princeton is 0-0. Brooke and Ripley is 0-0 in the first quarter. Woodrow Wilson and Riverside is 0-0 in the first quarter. Morgantown beat South Charleston 50-0. That is a final. Spring Valley and Huntington is 0-0 in the first quarter. And Wheeling Park over St. Clairsville, Ohio. Wheeling Park 21 and St. Clairsville 0. HG, I told you, throughout our interview what Coach Thomas said about Hartman, Logan Shelton, and Ray Adams. And when we were talking, I said, "Hey, one play he's gonna get by him. It's gonna be a touchdown." And what we have seen is that Musselman has the athletes to be physical, and they can create explosive plays. Whereas Spring Mills, at this point, has not shown the capability to create those chunk yardage, nor the ability to bully Musselman physically. What is an adjustment you would make going into the second half if you're the Spring Mills Cardinals?
Well, one thing they're going to have to do is take care of the ball. Eliminate the penalties, eliminate the costly errors, and the mental lapses. Get your head in the game, truthfully. But from an execution point of view, it's like they got to be able to withstand the pressure that Musselman's defense is putting on their offensive line, and then on top of that, they've got to be able to put some pressure on Musselman's offensive line as well. So I think it's some small, minor adjustments that can be made. Like you said before, they're only down 13. And if they get some pressure on this team and force them to make mistakes or rush their offense. Right now, they've got all day to do their offense. They're getting set up. They're running. The quarterback has got plenty of time in the pocket, and he's dropping back, being able to scan the field and see the field, and there's no pressure. So if Spring Mills can figure out a way to up the pressure, then I think that it would change the dynamic of the game.
Yeah, and honestly, some of that I don't know if it's just the overall physicality of Musselman. No, I do know. It is actually the overall physicality of Musselman, and we've seen that established early. Spring Mills has to find a way to create explosive plays, knowing that they cannot, at this time, handle Musselman's offensive defensive line.
Right.
And that has to be quick plays. Their athletes are going to have to be able to create explosive plays by themselves. And I think that is honestly what you have to tell your team. Now, don't go out there and think it has to be hero ball. But what it does have to include is you have to make a play.
That's right.
You have to make a play and help your quarterback out, because that first half, he honestly ran around for his life.
Yeah.
And that's the simple facts. So I don't know if you have to go max protection. I don't know what Coach Sims has up his sleeve for a situation like this, but you have to create those explosive plays somehow, some way. And honestly, I expect to see a differentiation of snap counts going forward to see if Musselman's aggressiveness can be used against them. I also would like to see some halfback screens where you let that pressure come in and you dump the ball over top of their head and let the running back create space. And it's one-on-one with maybe a linebacker or a safety at that point. But it's going to have to be schematic going forward into the second half because player on player, man on man, Musselman's a better team right now.
Yes.
And I think that's just what, and being genuine and being honest, that's just the simple facts. But we have seen games where the better team doesn't always necessarily win.
Yeah, that's the truth. So I'm interested to see, like you said, what adjustments they make and how they come out. Yeah. They gonna come out fired up, or they gonna come out flat? Because right now the momentum is in Musselman's hands.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be very key. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Musselman gets the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, Spring Mills definitely had the ball first. So the halftime stats, we have Ray Adams, 3 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown. Baden Hartman, 6 of 8 for 70 yards and a rushing touchdown and a pass touchdown.
Yeah.
And we have Logan Shelton, 2 catches for 20 yards. And honestly, like I said, we looked at it and we're talking like Musselman is up 30 to 40 or 40 to nothing, but it's only 13 to nothing.
That's the thing. They could be, because the one that Logan Shelton missed, I know they wish I know we keep bringing that one up, but that could have been a game changer, because that's one of those demoralizing plays right there. And so
we are going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to end our halftime show. This is Home Team Sports TV, Musselman 13, Spring Mills 0.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
Juwan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work.
come back on the field. We would like to thank our sponsors. Without you, this would not be possible. So we're greatly appreciative of your contributions and your help with making Home Team Sports TV a success. Today's title sponsor is VFW Post 3522. Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty at 304-261-6109. HG's Barbecue, Soul Food, and Catering at 816-438-1101. Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance. Stay in the game with Neil at 202-431-6896. Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage. Our halftime show sponsor is L&L Handyman Services at 304-820-2137. And our post-game show and player of the game sponsor is Catro Law. Once again, we thank you for your honest and generous contribution to Home Team Sports TV. And with a minute left in halftime and both teams out on the field, HG, who is your player to watch for both teams in the second half?
I'm definitely going to go. I want to see what Logan Shelton does. I think he has definitely shown that he's got the potential to break one. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Ray Adams is in speed. I really, truly think that Musselman's about to try to put this away. I think they're going to air it out.
Yeah.
To try to put this away. And so definitely looking on, for those, as far as Spring Mills is concerned, just kind of want to see what the Keon Mills does, as well as he's, earlier he was limping a little bit, so see if he's able to come back full speed because they're going to need him. And the running back.
Yeah, so the running back is actually Cam Taylor. He's definitely had a productive first half, to be completely honest with you. He might have the best stats of the game, but it's just not, translating into points.
Right.
My players to watch for the second half is Ray Adams from Musselman and Baden Hartman. And I want to see what my player of my person to watch, honestly, and my apologies for the confusion. My person to watch is actually, I want to see the adjustments from Coach Sims. Like, I want to see what adjustments that Coach Sims makes going into the second half. To just combat, the physicality of Musselman. And honestly, like you said, you can't all of a sudden just expect your kids to be 6'2", 250. Spring Mills is a very physical team. It's a very young team. But what I want to see is just maybe what potential adjustments he sees that he can make that will allow his team to be a little bit more successful offensively. Because defensively, 13 points is pretty good.
Yeah.
So
considering, yeah.
That's what I look forward to seeing. And Coach, like I said, Spring Mills, they're going to win games this year, plain and simple. But I guarantee you, teams aren't going to be licking their chops to play them in next year and the year after that.
Well, here's my thing, and I understand, we always say halftime adjustments, but in football, you have a game plan that's in place.
Yes.
And so really, truly, the only real adjustment you can make is to maybe change up the defensive strategy that you have or change players.
And Ray Adams with the kickoff return, and he is pulled down at the 38-yard line. At first looked like he's ready to pop it.
Yeah.
You thought it was gone.
He would have got around that corner clean.
But Spring Mills is fast.
They are. And I think that's the thing. It's so we got David versus Goliath kind of, because they got the size and the bulk of Musselman,
yes,
but the speed of Spring Mills. And in this case, as of right now, size is winning. Yeah. Now that speed could come into play in this half. And then what I want to see is conditioning. This is the first game of the season, and want to see how these young men are holding up in their conditioning. When it gets time for the fourth quarter, are they going to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and keep playing with the same aggression, same speed that they are, or are we gonna see them with their hands on their knees, sucking air?
Yeah. And Spring Mills on that first play showed what kind of fight that they have coming out. They stuffed that play.
Yeah.
And that play was working and getting chunks of yardage. The quick hits to Logan Shelton.
They're eliminating the yards after catch.
Will be a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Musselman 48-yard line. And that's what I wanted to see. Like, I love the cerebral aspect of the game and seeing what adjustments the coaches make at halftime. Musselman, obviously, we've seen what was working, but the Spring Mills are going to go into halftime and they're focused on taking that away. So what else do you have? What other cat do you have in the bag to be able to be productive? Hartman looks to his coach. He's getting the play instructions. And you see how Musselman has the signs. So Musselman has these signs coming from the coaches to where Hartman is getting the play call while on the field.
And
whereas
that
Spring Mills is actually...
The offensive coach did not like that play. He sprinted 15 yards down the field to get to the ref.
Well, I think he also saw that the play clock was running down. And to be honest with you, I have not seen... the quarterback have to run to the sideline since Shepherdstown Middle School.
No.
No, be completely honest with you.
Or receivers
with
running
Coach
it in.
Mills, you actually had to, as a quarterback, you had to run over to Coach Mills and actually get the play. So this is actually like the first time I've seen this at this level in a long time. And maybe some of it could have to do with feeling like maybe the signs might have been stolen before. I do not know. But, yeah, it's just definitely something different. 3rd and 1 from the 48-yard line. Hartman with the power pistol. And he bullies his way into the Musselman
45.
to the Spring Mills 46-yard line for a gain of 8. And I love that power pistol to where he actually gets the snap. He takes a short jab step, which allows the pull-in guard to get in there, and then he follows behind it. He gets his pad level low, and Hartman is making his claim to potentially being the K-12 Law player of the game. 1st and 10 from the Spring Mills 46-yard line. Hartman rolls out. He throws the ball 38 yards on the run to Ray Adams, and it is caught. Ray Adams is down at the 1-yard line.
How do you not
listen,
give that to him?
Ray Adams right now is a bad boy.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that they can do about it. But look at that pass by Hartman on the run. He threw the ball 40 yards on the run.
Yeah.
And it was a dot.
Yeah. And I think truthfully that spot is ungenerous. It's not a word.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to use it. Ungenerous.
It looked like Adams was on the back of a Spring Mills defender. I'm looking at power pistol right here by Hartman. False start by Musselman. And Coach Thomas is going to be livid after that, because that's a loss of 5. I think the viewers knew what was coming. There was going to be a power pistol to Hartman. So it's 1st and goal, Musselman at the Spring Mills 6-yard line. 9:30 left in this 3rd quarter. Musselman is winning 13-0. If you're just joining us, a 40-yard pass from Hartman to Ray Adams, you got the ball down to the 1-yard line, and a 5-yard penalty has Musselman back at the 6. And now they've lost 4 more yards, so it would be 2nd and goal from the Spring Mills 10. And it's very important for Spring Mills right now to hold them to a field goal.
Yes, that would be huge.
16-0 looks a lot better than being down 20 or 21-0 if they get to 2-point conversion.
That would be huge. I mean, literally. I'm sorry. I thought he was in. Thought Adams was in, but we're not the refs or the officials. So now you have, like you said, a possible momentum swing.
We have trips to the right, single receiver to the left, which is Logan Shelton. Let's see if they throw a fade right now. to Shelton on the left. He looks to the left. He's being chased. He throws the ball up to Adams. And Adams with the push off, but it's not called, but he catches the ball out of bounds, so it's incomplete.
But still.
But how did he get away with that?
It was
That's
a clear
amazing.
push off.
Yeah,
He was positioned for the rebound on that.
yeah. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
But once again,
Musselman
on the
from
run
10-yard line.
and pretty much a dot, once again.
Yeah, Hartman is an athlete. His brother Blake is a Division I football player.
Nice.
Hartman, he goes back, drops back.
And
He
here,
pump fakes, a little shake and bake. He is hit at the 5. Wow, that is weight training.
that's the
That's
gym.
That's the gym.
That's the gym.
Because he was hit at the 6-yard
6-yard line.
and he spun off and got it in for a touchdown.
Determination.
And that's the gym.
And then that right there, so now we're at that position that I was talking about
Yeah.
of them being down three scores.
It'd be 3 scores. 3 scores, and you've actually shown no signs of life on your offense. But and that's what I've always explained to the kids of this generation. In rec league and middle school, you can honestly get away with a little bit of not lifting weights.
Right.
But once you get to high school,
It's a whole nother level.
it's a whole nother level. And that's where the kids separate themselves. They don't separate themselves by genetics. You
Right.
separate yourself by your work
Putting in the work.
in the gym and in the off season.
Putting in work.
And it is clear that Baden Hartman has been in the gym. So with the extra point good by Jason Gordon, Musselman 20, Spring Mill 0 with 8:09 left in the in the third quarter.
And like you said, now they're airing it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually have a very
Yeah.
diversified offense right now, and the kicker was actually working on this kick at halftime. And I think it's because Keon has been actually this close
To breaking.
to breaking one. So they
Stay
don't
away
want to
from
take
him.
that. They don't want to take that chance of allowing Spring Mills to get any kind of confidence based off of a special teams play. This will be Spring Mills' first possession in the second half. The ball at the Spring Mills 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Halfback Cam Taylor to his left. This is number 11, Jason Shiner in the motion. Making it trips left. Hand off to Cam Taylor. He's shifty.
And he's still
that's
fighting.
That's a powerful run right there. And he's small, but he's strong. And he's only a sophomore. He kind of looks a little bit like Noel Devine from West Virginia. He was a West Virginia running back around 8 to 9 years ago. But he was small, but he was powerful and shifty. Yeah, he's probably in Kansas at that time. You probably
8 to 9 years ago, yes. Yeah. I was watching our beloved Jayhawks lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a basketball school.
That we are.
First down.
Volleyball.
First and 10. Can't tell with the ball again. Shifting out of bounds at the 38-yard line. He is shifty.
Yeah. But like you said at halftime, he probably has the best stats out of anybody
Yes, he did.
tonight.
He
It
has.
just hasn't, equaled points.
Yeah.
And so now you're about to see, workhorse conditioning.
And right now, you have to just go with what's working. And it's obviously clear that's
Yeah.
what's working.
Get to the corners. Get to that outside. That speed that we were talking about earlier.
handoff, the inside handoff.
So notice they run everything to the right side.
Yeah.
So one is the strongest side of the field, the strongest side of the line.
Taylor with the first down. It would be Spring Mills first down at the Musselman 36-yard line. Let's see if Spring Mills can punch it in. They need a touchdown right now. If they want to get back in this game, they have to score right now.
So we have a substitution at running back.
Can't see his number, but I think it's number 24, Alex Eaton, the junior. High snap.
Nice recovery.
Nice recovery by Max Anderson.
Way to make something out of nothing.
And he actually picked up 2.5 yards on that play.
That was number 24.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got the shoes.
Yeah, he does. So it'd be 2nd and 8 from the Musselman 34-yard line. The deepest penetration that Spring Mills has had in Musselman territory this game. Sends the receiver in motion, creating a trip to the right. The handoff to number 24, Alex Eaton. He's exposed to the hole. And he is down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Spring Mills. And Spring Mills has found the same recipe that Musselman had in the first half.
Whereas Musselman was going through the middle.
Power pistol.
Spring Hills is on the outside.
But the power pistol creates just enough time for the lineman to be able to create some push to open up that seam for the running back. So it'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the first time for Spring Mills at the 20-yard line. Max Anderson with the pistol, the high snap, and a penalty flag false start by the Spring Mills Cardinals. And they will lose 5 yards. And that's not what you want right now.
Not at all. Not at all.
You had the momentum.
You were driving down the field. You're in the red zone. And mental mistakes.
Yeah. So it is 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line. She doubles to the left, single receiver to the right. The quick screen to number 2, Keon Mills, and that's his 2nd drop on the quick screen. And that time, Anderson did make the adjustment. He did put a little bit of juice on the ball, and I think he was too worried about one or two things, HD. In that Home Team Sports and Entertainment, and Home Team Sports TV, we actually like to keep it real.
Yeah.
So either he was worried about getting hit or what he was going to do with the ball before he had the ball.
Took his eyes off to see where the defender was, not realizing the ball was coming with a little juice on it.
Just get an update. With 5:57 left in the 3rd quarter, Jefferson is up 20-15 over Millbrook.
Oh.
So we have a game.
We got a game going down there in Winchester,
Virginia. And Anderson is sacked at the 34-yard line. And HD, I think that we felt after they got that 5-yard penalty, what was going to happen after that. So it is 3rd and 23 from the 33-yard line. Three seconds left, 2 seconds left, and Spring Mills is going to call timeout. And this is the 4th time this has happened. And at some point, somebody has to take a level of accountability for this.
I don't know.
This has happened too many times for an adjustment not to be made. So it's either you need to do a more efficient way of getting the play call in to the quarterback,
or you need to do it quicker.
Or you need to do it quicker.
Coach Sims is livid.
Well, as well as he should be, because at some point you have to make that adjustment. And that's on the offensive coordinator. That's not on the kids. That's on the offensive coordinator of getting the play in quick enough for the kids to be able to get that relayed to the team, and then we get lined up.
So they're using valuable timeouts.
So we will have 3rd and 23 at the 33-yard line. And honestly, this is probably 4-down territory for Spring.
Oh, it has to be.
4:56 left in the second.
Yeah, it
half.
has to be.
I mean, I keep saying second half like this
Like
is
basketball.
college basketball.
Oh, I mean,
this is the third quarter.
Right.
So 4:56 left in the third quarter. Come on, King. He pump fakes. He throws the ball deep route to the wide receiver.
Overthrown.
And he's overthrown. There is no flag on the play. It's the far sideline, so I do not see the number or what that wide receiver's number is. I will actually get that for you in 1 second.
I want to say maybe because it was uncatchable. The only
that
reason.
was number 11, Jason Shiner, the 5'9" junior.
The only reason that probably wasn't called.
So we actually bring the punter out right now. I'm actually shocked by this. It looks like it'll be 4-down territory, down 20 points with 4:49 left. But Spring Mills will punt.
Well, I mean, maybe.
And that's actually a good punt.
Well,
yeah.
Took a Musselman bounce.
Had some backspin on it. It'll actually be Musselman ball at the Musselman 26-yard line. Now let's see right now if Musselman is going to go for that.
Yeah, that knockout.
That knockout punch.
They score here before this quarter ends.
You never know. We've all played
never
the game
count
before.
nobody out.
You never count anyone out. But it would be hard. It'd be hard for us to see, based off of what we've seen so far, Spring Mills to put 27 to 28 points on the board in less than a quarter.
Because I know that's not the same, but there is a team in the NFL that's in Kansas City who like comebacks.
Yeah. You know,
13 seconds.
Yeah, kind of like the Cincinnati Bengals. Christian Jones, if you're watching that game, I'd give you Bengals a shout out. And we will take a quick commercial break as we have a player on the field cramping. Back at Spring Mills High School. Be a 2nd and 4 from the Musselman 33. Power pistol handoff to Dalton Haynes. He'll get a first down at the 41-yard line. I'll tell you what. If this was Thanksgiving, the Musselman lineman be getting that John Madden chicken wing. You know that little deformed turkey that he had. It had like 8 wings. They'll be getting 20 legs. Because they are really showing out tonight. The handoff. And Haynes is punished.
Uh-oh, looks like a fumble came out. The ball came out.
And a fumble by Musselman High School would create the first turnover of the game.
There we go. Momentum. Let's see if they can capitalize.
He was smacked. And he got hit by multiple people, so definitely.
They were showing blitz.
Yeah. And I think sometimes, honestly, a little bit of urgency can change things.
Yeah.
And right there, Spring Mills showed a little bit of urgency. Wide receiver in motion to the right, creates a trips right. Max Anderson to the handoff to number 7, Cam Taylor, and he is quickly met by a host of Musselman defensive linemen for a no gain.
That looked like a screen.
Man, I'll tell you something, man. Number 63, James Carmichael. is a problem.
Yeah.
He is a problem. So actually, Spring Mills lost 2 yards, so it would be 2nd and 12 from the 39-yard line. And the Spring Mills fans are getting in the game trying to implore their team. And another loss. This game is being dominated by the Musselman offensive defensive line.
Is just brutal.
And I'm actually shocked that we haven't seen them vary their snap count, and we haven't seen that halfback screen that I was talking about at halftime. Third and 15 at the Spring Mills 42-yard line, the Musselman 42-yard line. Anderson with the ball. He throws a quick hitch for a gain of 7.
This has to be 4th down territory.
It'll actually be 4th down and 11 at the Musselman 38-yard line. And they're sending out their punt unit again. So it's 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Musselman leading 20-0. We will see the Spring Mills punt unit again, and right now Spring Mills does not have enough players on the field to run a play. And
another delay.
Another delay of game for Spring Mills.
They just seem to be out of sorts. And these are all things that can be corrected though throughout the season.
This is a young team.
Yes.
Young talented team.
A lot of potential.
Their best days are in week 2 through 10.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end they're still fighting for
they're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
The punt return, and he is smacked
once again
at the 20-yard line.
But he held on to the ball.
And it would be Musselman getting the ball at the 20-yard line. Hey, that's some, what they call it, a slobber knocker.
Man. Jeez.
That's some old school words right there. Slobber knocker. And Musselman will take over the ball at their own 18-yard line with 1 minute and 12 seconds left.
I might have still been on the field.
The handoff to number 31, Braden Miller. It was funny, HD, that reminds me of a story. So I was picking up, my son and his friends from football practice the other day, and they asked me, I said, Dad, you ever had a concussion? And years ago, it really wasn't as publicized as much as it is now. And I told him I remember the time where I was actually, the last thing I remembered was the ball at the 50-yard line. And next thing you know, I was on the sideline. Everybody kept asking me if I was okay. So I don't remember 2-3 seconds of my life.
Guess you had a concussion.
I guess I had one. I didn't know it, but I don't remember 2-3 seconds of my life.
I'm telling you, that just wasn't me. My coach knew don't send me across no middle. Nope. I came in, I ran a streak, a post, outran the person, scored, and went right back to the sideline. Yep.
Well, see, the thing about it is, it's just, there's a level, like, football is a great sport. I love it. It's my favorite sport to watch. But it is physical.
Yeah.
It is very physical. And, like, to me, I always try to let, like the kids know that it is physical, but there is safer ways of tackling, safer ways of taking a tackle. I always tell my son, get the physical yards, but don't take unnecessary hits.
Right.
If it's not necessary. Get out of bounds. And that's just one of those things where you never avoid contact. You cannot be an elite football player if you avoid contact, but you can also be smart. And I think that sometimes, like, you hear that a lot, with quarterbacks nowadays to get down. Troy Wollaston drops the pass on the out route.
See, what I remember, if my memory serves me correct, when I graduated in my high school, there was 3 schools in our district, and out of those 3 schools, they had 40, it's like 45 or 47 D1 players between those 3 schools. So like I said, I wasn't coming across no middle. Track was my sport.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. And right now, we're seeing the cramps from the first game. Like you said, the conditioning you spoke about at halftime, and also, that first game, the heat, a little bit of heat, the excitement. Kids at home, eat your bananas.
Yep.
Hydrate day before. Eat your bananas and prepare for that heat and for that lack of conditioning throughout the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah. People they're really cramping.
No, you good.
So we will have a 2nd and 13 from the Musselman 15-yard line. Hartman in the pistol set. Trips to the left. The counter is quickly snuffed out by Spring Mills. A lot of in their pistol set, they run a lot of misdirection plays. That allows time for the guards or the tackle, whomever they want to use, to pull. So with 32 seconds left in the third quarter,
they're going to have to run another play.
20-0. It'll be 4th and 11 from the Musselman 17-yard line.
And they're going to have to punt it.
Players running in and off the field. A little bit of confusion.
Yeah, a little bit.
But everybody gets off the field. And the ball is snapped over the head of Baden Hartman. And he kicks the ball out of the end zone. And it will be Spring Mills will get the ball at the
17. Wait.
No, the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Spring Mills at the 13-yard line. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the second punt that went over Baden Hartman's head.
Yes.
Remember, initially he threw the interception on the punt. And then this time he was able to kick the ball out. So that would be definitely something that Musselman will work on going forward. So with 5 seconds left in the third quarter, Spring Mills is knocking on the doorstep of their first touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And they're in a power offset. Max Anderson under center. Senior receivers each side. The quick pitch, and he is smoked by number 88, Troy Wollaston, for Musselman, and a loss.
There's been some hard hits
of
in this
5
game.
yards. And it's the end of the third quarter. We have Musselman 20 and Spring Mill 0. From Home Team Sports TV, we'll take a quick commercial break.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
We're back at Spring Mills High School, where Spring Mills is at the 18-yard line of Musselman. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Jay, move your camera, man.
Max Anderson sends his man in motion. He scans the field. He throws an out route to number 5, actually number 2, Keon Mills, that falls short.
And he wants that one back. He know he missed that opportunity.
He short-armed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to be a little too fine with that, but that's something you see a lot in young quarterbacks. He's only a sophomore. So you can just tell that Spring Mills is developing their players for a greater run.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 13 from the 16-yard line. Spring Mills definitely has to be in 4-down territory right now. Press coverage by the Musselman cornerbacks. And Anderson is hit.
That was
Ball
a dangerous
falls short
throw.
at the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th and 13 from the 16. And Musselman and Spring Mill is actually sitting on their kick unit. So they will try a field goal.
So,
Number 1, Sarah Rader, 12th grader, 5'8", 140, is on to kick the field goal.
Soccer player.
I would assume so, but we never know. The kick is up. And it is no good. Off to the left.
It had the distance, though.
It had a distance. It curved to the left. It had a little bit of that, like, that soccer, when they kick the ball, that ball, like.
That soccer curve,
that soccer curve.
Nice.
Update on the Jefferson game. Jefferson 27, Millbrook 15. Martinsburg is still leading 20-0 over Salem.
So that was a question I was about to ask before we did the field goal. So we know that in EPAC, the powerhouse is Martinsburg. Do you think, that either one of these teams are there yet to challenge a Martinsburg?
I mean, I think every team goes into the season. Hartman throws a dime, and the ball is dropped again.
The little yellow flag was down.
By Logan Shelton, man. But the way that Hartman throws the ball on the run,
that was.
It's crazy.
And truthfully, that's kind of hard to call.
Baseball player, man.
That's.
We love that, right?
He's a baseball player.
Holmes is loving that baseball. That's a baseball throw right there.
Yeah. I heard something about them Holmes playing some baseball.
I bet you have.
I heard they was all right.
Yeah, all right. So a pass interference would give Musselman the ball at the 35-yard line.
That was a tough one.
And I just want to see that ball completed just so it could be a Baden Hartman highlight.
Yeah.
That's just what I wanted. I wanted it more for Baden than anything.
Yeah, they was both pushing and he was pushing.
Sure. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Musselman leading 20-0 with 11:39 left in the 4th quarter. But getting back to your question, HG, is every season you go in there and you want to compete, and you hope to show improvement to compete against the elite competition within your state. Martinsburg has been leaps and bounds above every single team in the state. But I do see that this is a much better Musselman team this year. Mm-hmm. And their linemen are going to create problems for any team that they go against.
Right.
And I think that if there's one thing that the elite teams have in the state of West Virginia, i.e. Martinsburg, i.e. Musselman, i.e. Bridgeport, and Spring Valley, is they have elite lines. So if Jefferson High School, whom has maybe the best collection of athletes in the state. Oh, that's a dangerous throw right there.
Very.
Oh, it's caught by Ray
That's
Adams.
a problem.
And that's when you know that's your night.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's your night. When you throw across the field and the ball
And it
gets
was
completed
caught.
for a 20-yard
Yes.
reception. But the elite high schools in the state of West Virginia, when the weather gets cold, you have to have a great
You gotta have
offensive
them.
line.
You gotta have them hogs on the line.
So if Jefferson High School, if their line can ascend to an elite level with the athletes that they have, then Jefferson and Musselman can be highly competitive teams in the state. Because you can't just focus on just Martinsburg. You have to focus on every team on your schedule. And as we said, look at Martinsburg right now, they're up 20-0. You know, typically you see Martinsburg put up 40 to 50 points, but they're playing elite competition.
Right.
Martinsburg's playing elite competition in Salem. Now, their schedule is off the hook.
Yeah.
But that said, you know, every year is different.
Yep.
You know, every year is different. And last year they was able to weather the storm of injuries. But, you know, we'll wait and see. I just pray for the health of all these kids and they all ball out.
That's it. Yeah, that's in every sport.
So it's 2nd and 8 from the Spring Mills 36-yard line. Hartman hands the ball off to number 2, Alex Skaggs. And he will gain 1. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line. And Musselman is definitely okay letting some time run off the clock. 20-0 Musselman. With 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. A little bit of confusion on the Musselman offense. 7 seconds left. Hartman in the pistol. And a timeout by Brian Thomas. You could just tell that the players weren't on the same page right there.
Yeah.
And by the 4th quarter, I think Coach Thomas wanted to see a little bit more cohesion from his team. Going into next week, if I am not mistaken, this Musselman team travels to Martinsburg. So that is a great early season test.
Yeah.
For the Musselman Applemen. And Musselman, one thing I'm going to say about Musselman sports, period, is they don't duck and dodge wreck.
No.
They may consistently have the hardest schedules in all sports than any school in the state of West Virginia. So their coaches are not afraid to challenge their team. And even if they go 6-4, you know, 5-5, if they get to the playoffs, just like in basketball, they're capable of beating anybody.
Yes.
Adams in motion. The option. And an inadvertent whistle blows the play dead. I have never seen this. They actually blew the play dead in the middle of the play.
Oh, I seen it. It was in an NFL game.
Yeah, that's
The Raiders last year was playing Cincinnati.
okay.
Inadvertent whistle.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy.
So they'll replay the down. 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line at Spring Mills.
So yeah. Musselman goes to Martinsburg next week, and Spring Mills is headed to Washington.
So you look at Musselman's schedule. You have Spring Mills game 1, Martinsburg game 2, and Jefferson game 3. So they start off, and they play against 2 of the better teams in the state of West Virginia in week 2 and 3. And then, listen to this. They go to Sharando week 4, then Morgantown week 5, Hedgesville week 6, then Wheeling Park week 7.
Wow.
Washington week 8, then the Bridgeport week 9, and then the Parkersburg week 10.
Yeah. They definitely looking for competition.
Brian Thomas does not duck wreck. Hartman spins out, and this is that's where
throw it away.
You would have liked for him to see, like you just said, AC. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away, please. You're a senior. Be a little bit, be cerebral right there and throw the ball away. You're not going to outrun
6 people.
Yeah, 6 people. It's not happening. So he loses, 16 yards?
Yeah.
And now it is 4th and 23, now from your 49-yard line, when you had 3rd and 7 from their 35. So if you guys just heard that schedule that Musselman had, honestly want to say they have at least 7 of the top 10 teams in the state.
Right, on their schedule
this year. That's amazing. Hartman with the punt. And the ball fielded by number 5 for Spring Mills, Zach Bender, and he falls down at the 20-yard line.
He's still down.
So if you look at that schedule, and it's just amazing. Martinsburg's schedule is they have Salem tonight, which they're leading 20-0 in the 4th quarter. You have Musselman next week, Sharando week 3. You have Highland Springs in the elite Virginia school week 4, Hedgesville week 5, Washington week 6, Riverside, Ohio week 7, Spring Mills week 8, Jefferson week 9, and Bishop Arrington from Alexandria, Virginia in week 10. So that's a pretty difficult schedule as well.
Spring Mills, they have a nice little. They have a nice schedule as well.
And Musselman with the interception. Touchdown, Musselman. Number 31, Braden Miller, the sophomore. And Musselman is leading now 26-0.
That's the second turnover of the game. And Musselman was able to capitalize on that one. And I think right now you are starting to see the frustration and the fatigue kicking in.
Well, and Braden Miller has been a stud since rec league. He's always popped off. So it definitely is not shocking to see him making a contribution on varsity as a 10th grader. And it's a delay of game for Musselman. It'll be a loss of 5 yards. Extra point is up. And the kick is good. Musselman 27, Spring Mills 0 with 8:36 left in the 4th quarter. And I think we saw early where Musselman's line was just too much to overcome right now. $27-0 with 8:36 left in the 4th quarter. Spring Mills players line up on the opposite side of the field.
Wow. So
reverse fields. And we will have the kickoff. The senior Jason Gordon. With the kick. Kick down to the 10, fielded by the Spring Mills player, number 5, Zach Bender.
Oh, he's got a
And
lane.
Bender's
He
gone.
got a lane.
And he is tackled at the 50-yard line. Hey, and that's what we see with Spring
Right.
Mills. They have the athletes, and if they can find a way to get those athletes open in space, HD, they could be a problem for some teams.
I think if he would have kept going before he cut.
We have another cramp. So we will take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. Musselman leading 27-0 with 8:26 left in the fourth quarter. Leading 27-0. Play to resume.
At least we thought.
At least we thought.
Not quite sure
And
what.
there's a timeout for Spring Mills. And regardless, regardless of the score, you have to play to the end. Like it's always, like especially your first game.
Yeah.
Your first game, yes, you want to win. You're a competitor. You want to win. But, in a situation like this, you always want to use any times you get and maximize that by trying to learn from your mistakes, make adjustments so that you go into next week with a level of confidence that you may not have had in week 1. So with 8:26 left in the game, we'll see if Spring Mills can get on the board. Max Anderson in the pistol. The quick screen out to number 11, Jason Shiner. Down to the Musselman 41-yard line. Nice game. Let's say a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the Musselman 41. And Jefferson's schedule is Millbrook week 1, Sharando week 2, Musselman week 3, the Spring Mills team week 4, North Hagerstown week 5, South Hagerstown week 6, James Wood week 7, Martinsburg week 8, Hedgesville week 9, and Washington, the inter-county rival week 10 to finish the season on the 14th of November. So all these teams have pretty difficult schedules, HD.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. The EPAC this year is going to be a close race.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talented teams. There are a lot of talented teams. Obviously, you've seen yesterday that Hedgesville is definitely on the up.
Yes.
Washington is always physical because they're the only team that runs that offense. So it's not like you get to prepare against them all season. Obviously, we see what Musselman is. You know what Martinsburg is, and Jefferson has a lot of skill players. I know they're bringing in a new quarterback, but as the year continues to go on, you expect to see, obviously, that level will always continue to ascend and the confidence ascend. So you might go through a season where you have 3 or 4 teams from this area go 6-4, 7-3, 8-2, 9-1, maybe 10-0, and that's what you want. Iron sharpens iron.
Right.
So I think it bodes well for the Eastern Panhandle to see this level of success at multiple schools. 4th and 4 from the 42-yard line.
Low snap.
And a low pass. Pass falls incomplete, and it'll be a change of possession. A turnover on downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 Musselman from the Musselman 42-yard line with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. as Musselman's band gets Unk in here whistling. I love bands. That's something about football that I've always loved is marching bands.
Yeah.
I love it.
I get the privilege this year to go down to Clark, Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
To an HBCU.
That's beautiful, man.
For homecoming.
That's beautiful.
Where our daughter is at. And I started off with
miscommunication.
HBCU.
And a little ad-libbing by Baden Hartman to Logan Shelton.
You talk about bands.
Loss of 4. Yeah. We were talking about marching bands, and my co-host H.G. Franklin II said he's going to Clark, Atlanta
For homecoming.
For homecoming.
Yes. And then you talk about it is as much activity in the stands with the band as it is on the field.
Yes.
So looking forward to that.
And it's been amazing. It is actually great to see now the emphasis of expanding and improving HBCUs, especially in college football. So
got that deal with CBS.
Got that big deal with CBS.
Yes, beating 12 markets that they're going to be in. So that's going to be huge.
Yes, Deion Sanders definitely made a difference into putting a little bit of emphasis and recognition on HBCUs. And I just hope to see more players, especially with these NIL deals now, taking their talents to HBCUs and allowing them to build a brand as well. So it'll be 3rd and 14 from the Musselman 38-yard line with 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Baden Hartman looks to the coaches for a play. Ray Adams goes in motion. And the inadvertent handoff, once again, creates a turnover for Washington. And the last time Washington got the ball at the 13-yard line, they didn't score. So let's see if now, having the ball at the 20-yard line, if they can punch it in. And honestly, I do want to take this time right now to thank H.G. Franklin for joining me on this broadcast, to thank producer Harry Brown, for all that he does to make Home Team Sports TV special and into your living rooms. To my son, Junaidi Amir Med, who's getting his first time on the camera. He's doing an amazing job. And Kevin Brewster for our field work and on the field camera. Without you guys, it would not be possible. And I don't think that many of you guys realize that these are their first couple attempts of learning these things.
Right.
And they're doing such a great job. I don't think that I can emphasize how amazing and how proud I am of everybody that's a part of Home Team Sports TV.
Yeah.
Juwan Holmes, the founder.
Visionary.
Sean Holmes, Damon Smith, Reggie Creamer. I mean, the coach is giving us the access to do these meetings. I love my community. I love my community, and I love the people who are in it. And to those people that I just spoke about, thank you. Because without you guys, this broadcast wouldn't be possible. So I definitely want to say a big thank you to you guys. And to our sponsors, without you, this wouldn't be possible. Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty, HD's Barbecue, Catro Law, BFW Post 3522, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance. We thank you guys. We thank you for allowing us to become a household name in our community.
Yes.
And to bring East EPAC football to every home.
Make sure you visit the hometown page. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to Home Team Sports TV. We will cover soccer, football, volleyball, baseball, basketball, and this is girls and boys sports, wrestling. Just let us know.
Softball.
And we're there to support you. Softball, Jefferson High School is the state champions.
That they are.
And you see those rings that they got the other day?
Man, they were nice. I want one.
Yeah, those rings look good. Rings look real good.
Think I can get one?
Probably want to pay for one.
Oh, okay. That's the fan version.
Oh yeah, we get the fan version. Might have some Cuban zirconia in it. Don't turn your ring finger green.
Oh man. man. That brings back memories.
So
And then I mean, of course, he thanked everybody else, and who would we not be without the voice of home team? The one, the only, the right doctor. King.
much
Holmes.
appreciated. Much appreciated, guys. And also
Sportscaster of the year.
we have 2 broadcasts next week.
Yeah.
We will have the Wildwood Middle School Mustangs versus East Hardy,
Yeah.
and we will have Jefferson versus Sharando. So I'm definitely looking forward to our 2 broadcasts next week. And actually getting to sit on Wednesday and just be able to watch and listen to you guys.
Yeah.
Reggie Creamer would be the lead broadcaster on Wednesday for the Wildwood game. Well, I will just be dad.
Just be dad.
Just be dad.
Nice.
So 2:45 left in the game. We have Musselman leading 27-0. 1st and 10 from the Musselman 16-yard line. Hartman smacks his hand, gets the ball off to Dalton Haynes, and he bursts through. If he's leaving. Oh,
And
a
he
fumble!
fumbles, hit from behind.
And there's a scrum at the 48-yard line.
Looks like Spring Mills fell on it. But we never know down underneath. Wow.
And the ball's recovered by the lineman. You see that big lineman down there?
Yeah.
Hustling. Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you guys. Everybody needs to realize that to build a successful team, it starts with the line. It starts with the line.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. Without a line, the skill doesn't do anything.
Obviously, everything else is glorified, but the line is definitely the bread and butter of any team, any successful team. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And the ball carrier is quickly brought down. And right now we're seeing a lot of kids cramping up. You see a lot of trainers stretching kids out. Hopefully they can get some fluids in them, over the next week and be prepared for next week's games. Because the week 2 games, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's some juggernaut games, week 2. Martinsburg versus Musselman game.
That's
And
gonna
then
be
Jefferson
a good one.
versus Sharando. We will have Jefferson versus Sharando next week, and that is going to be a battle. 1:32 left in the game. Third down and 9 at the 49-yard line.
So do we go to victory formation? Or do
I
we-
was just thinking that. I was like, we're not getting to see victory formation tonight. There's too much time left.
Well, 3rd and 9 if they get this first down.
Handoff to number 1, Dalton Haynes, quickly brought down. 47 seconds left in the game. We would once again like to thank our sponsors, K-Tro Law, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, HD's Barbecue, Cheryl Yates at ERA Realty, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, our title sponsor, VFW Post 3522. Just so grateful for you guys. 17 seconds left. Musselman is going to let the clock run down and get a delay of game. 5-yard penalty. 7.4 seconds left. We would like to thank our viewers for allowing us into your living rooms. I pray for every fan, every player, every band member, every member of the staff, and every member of the media. I pray you guys get home safely. And at the end of the game, the very first initial broadcast of football for Home Team Sports TV, we have the Musselman Applemen 27 and the Spring Mills Cardinals 0. We will take a quick commercial break and get back to our post game and player of the game. This is Home Team Sports TV.
Provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home. Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty.
And we are back at Spring Mills, where the Musselman Applemen are victorious, 27-0 over the Spring Mills Cardinals. It's been an amazing game, but only one person could be the player of the game. Home Team Sports TV's player of the game, the Ketchel Law player of the game, is Baden Hartman. Baden was the punter. Baden was the quarterback. Baden ran the ball. Baden passed the ball. Baden made tackles. He just did it all. So what we will have Baden Hartman join us in the press box for a interview, along with the victorious head coach, Brian Thomas. And we will get to see, we get to talk to them about the pregame jitters. We will talk to Coach Thomas about what he liked about his team, maybe what he wants to see going forward. But it's just been an amazing atmosphere. And you look over there right now and you see the Musselman team run over to the band and they're celebrating with their team. Inwood, West Virginia is a true community. Inwood, West Virginia is a true community. It is a true football town. And it's beautiful to watch. And I just love that we can actually, highlight these teams and show them, an amazing experience. So we're getting reports that the Jefferson score right now is still 27-15. If we get any more updates throughout this broadcast, we will update you. The Martinsburg score is still 20-0. That is in the fourth quarter. So with Musselman winning 27-0 over Spring Mills, another EPAC team, Jefferson leading by 12 over Millbrook, Martinsburg leading by 20 over Salem. The EPAC teams have had a good week. Outside of them playing each other and Washington getting a loss and Spring Mills getting a loss from another EPAC member, the EPAC has went out so far. Remember, those games are not over yet. But so far, the EPAC has gone out and handled business. So that bodes well for the Home Team Sports TV, who will be bringing these games to you. It bodes well to the communities of these high schools that they will actually know that their teams are competing at a high level every week. And hopefully it will fill these stands up, which people don't realize. It helps fund these schools and other programs and other things that many people sit around and they say, I wish we had this, and I wish we had that. If you want that, come out and support these kids. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will come back with more post-game analysis.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
Jawan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work.
We're back at Spring Mills High School, where we have the victorious Musselman Applemen 27 and Spring Mills 0. We'll bring you the other high school scores around the state of West Virginia. We have Bridgeport beating Buchanan Upshur 56-7. George Washington wins over Cable Midland 28-21. Greenbrier East is losing to Double-A Point Pleasant 17-0. Hedgesville beat Washington last night 34-15 at a dominant game by Xavier Kirk. University is winning 16-7 over John Marshall. Martinsburg is leading 26-7 over Salem in the fourth quarter. A final, Jefferson 27, Millbrook 22. Obviously, Musselman 27-0 over Spring Mills. Parkersburg 45-0 over St. Albans. 59-0, Parkersburg South over Capital. 28-14, Hampshire over Preston. 33-0, Princeton over Lincoln County. Brooks leading Ripley 42-6. Woodrow Wilson 28, Riverside 0. Morgantown 50, South Charleston 0. Huntington 21, Spring Valley 14. Willing Park 42, and St. Clairsville, Ohio 14. So you see those scores, and some of these scores, they're not shocking. You know, from knowing the history of these schools, you know that some schools are going to bring it every year. They just reload. But some teams, just like Musselman, who last year had their first losing season under Coach Brian Thomas, for them to come out and get this victory tonight in the fashion that they got it, it bodes well for the culture of Musselman football, because it's always been a smash mouth organization, so to speak. Like, when you think of Musselman football, you think of top-notch linemen, a great running back, and now you see that with Musselman's line. You see that with Baden Hartman as your quarterback who can run and pass. They have an elite receiver in Ray Adams who can blow the top off of any team. So I definitely look forward to seeing Musselman compete versus Martinsburg next week, Musselman compete versus Jefferson the following week, because even if these teams go 3-0, 2-1, maybe 1-2, who knows? You know, at the end of the season, these teams are going to be there, and I think that's what you want to see from the EPAC. What you want to see from the EPAC is growth, and you want to see competition. So right now we're going to be joined by the victorious coach, Brian Thomas from Musselman. Coach Thomas, congratulations on a very dominant victory. So, Coach Thomas, what was one of the main things going into this week that you wanted to see from your team that you actually got that answer today? Like, okay, all right, they are listening.
We started 4 offensive linemen up front that were sophomores. We started 4 sophomores and a junior up front. So, it's different when you play varsity football. And, so it was a test up front. We passed some, we failed some. We did. There was some stuff that we wanted to run that wasn't clicking, but at the same time, we did things at times that I was very impressed that they did. So that was my big thing, is how are the young bucks going to hold up? I thought they did a pretty good job. I mean, they kept number 10 upright for the most part. So that's what we need.
They definitely did. And the thing about it is, for the viewers that watch this broadcast, that offensive line, it's real.
Yeah.
And I seen the first possession, and you guys didn't score, and it took you guys a couple more possessions, but I said they're going to wear them down.
Yeah.
Because that offensive line, number 63, James Carmichael.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
Yeah, he don't play offensively first, plays defensively. But I tell you what, man, he played last year, and I mean, just being straight up, he didn't do very good last year. And, I think it speaks a lot about him as a young man that he came out in the offseason and said, hey, I'm going to get better. He had a really good summer. And he got injured actually early in the game. He hurt his shoulder. And when they came over, it was kind of just a little stinger, just something. But, he said right when he got to the sidelines, he said, get me back in. They can't block me. And, he just – I said, all right, Big James. So he went in there. We got another guy up there, Caleb Conley, 54. Yes. Those are our 2 interior guys, and they really plugged stuff up tonight. So really proud of both. Those guys are both seniors who did not start last year for us, that really came in the offseason with the goal. So really proud of those dudes.
And that's what I was saying on the broadcast, especially to the younger kids. You can shine, you can score touchdowns, throw touchdowns, and whatever you want on the midget league and rec league level. But when you get to high school, it's all about being in the gym. Yeah. It's about getting in that weight room and lifting. And to be honest with you, when I watched that game, Spring Mills has a lot of athletes, but the determining factor of that game is you could tell that y'all's culture in the gym shined. And like the Hartman run. Hartman was hit at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, right.
And he spun off, ran over 2 people, and somehow got into the end zone. And that's a weight room touchdown. And that's honestly when I said I've admired your team from afar, from basketball and now football with you guys. You and Coach Derek. You guys have a culture, and every year you know what you're going to expect from your teams. So going into next week, and obviously you know that Martinsburg is another team with a good weight room culture, and a game like this tonight, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see that clash with those linemen, and especially James.
Yeah.
Like to see what he can do to disrupt, potentially disrupt that Martinsburg offense, because obviously they have some stud backs as well.
Yes. Yeah, they're good. To speak on what you said at first, kind of, I think the culture is just kind of South Berkeley in general. I think in general, I think there's a lot of people that look at Musselman High School and think like, man, they're different, but we're different just because we're so tight knit and we stay to ourselves and we do our stuff. And I support Coach Basil, as you mentioned. He's a buddy of mine, a friend of mine. I support our kids. Like, play basketball. I want you to play all day.
Yeah.
Play sports. You're a kid. You only get to be a kid once. Run track, play baseball. I think there's a lot of support from Musselman High School, which I think a lot of our coaches, Coach Basil, but a lot of our other coaches, we give these kids love and we care about these kids, and I think you can see it in the love that they kind of give us back as coaches in all of our programs. But yeah, talking about Martinsburg a little bit, I haven't watched any of them. I've been focused on this one, but you got your hands full when you play them. They're the best program in the state. So.
100%. And I got to see a little bit about what you guys' culture with my nephew. My nephew's Jordan Holmes, and he graduated last year. So being from Jefferson, it was always robbery. But then, obviously as you grow up and you get married and you have families, people they settle in different places. So to be able to see that culture from the outside and no longer being an athlete where Musselman is like a rival to you, you get to have an admiration, from afar, about your team. And Ray Adams, remember we talked about it through text. He told me to watch out for him. Yeah, he was a problem.
Yeah,
well.
He's a dude. He
only have one player of the game, but he definitely was a game changer as well.
He's a dude.
So Brian, I definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for allowing us.
Appreciate
to have
you
some
guys.
access and hopefully, like I said, going forward, we can do some more games. Please reach out to us.
For sure.
Let us know, man.
For sure. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the coverage. I appreciate the kind words about the school. So, go Applemen, baby. Let's go.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, man.
So we will be joined by Baden Hartman, the player of the game. We will take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back for Baden and then our closing words from Home Team Sports TV. And we're back at Spring Mills High School, joined by the Catro Law player of the game, Baden Hartman. Baden, when we were picking who the player of the game was, I said it had to be number 10. I knew what your name was, but I said it had to be number 10. I said you punted the ball, you threw the ball, you ran the ball, you tackled. A couple times you threw the ball blind out. I was wondering. I was like, come on, Baden, come on. But you always came back. You never lost your composure. And you always maintain that composure. When they was talking a little bit, I could see, a couple times you just look over and just walk away. What was something that motivated you going into your senior season from last year? Because I heard it was the first losing season under Coach Thomas in 10 years.
Yeah, it wasn't the season we wanted to have last year, but everyone in the off season, we stick to the plan. We worked hard in the weight room, on the track conditioning, and we had a mindset that we're not going 3-7 next year, and we're gonna have a better season next year.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I looked at you guys' schedule. You guys' schedule is loaded.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is loaded. So like, you guys could go 7-3, 6-4, 8-2, whatever it may be, but you will have to go through a gauntlet to even get to that. I.e., something that I want to say Fairmont Senior did last year, where Fairmont Senior scheduled up, and I think they ended up going 5-5, and then won a state championship. But one thing that I said on the broadcast is that Coach Brian Thomas doesn't duck rec. He wants you guys to be challenged. He's not picking cupcakes, so that even if you guys end up with a 10 seed, which I don't think so. I think you guys are going to win a lot of games. You guys can beat anybody. There's no team that you guys can't beat. Is that something that you guys want to go into, especially next week in the barometer game versus Martinsburg, that you go into thinking that, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is a big game. Yeah, we want to win. But we're also building for a state championship. We're not going to win a state championship next week, but we can win a state championship in 2 to 3 months.
Sir, I think that our defense really stepped up today.
Oh, yes.
And if our defense can play like that the whole game or against other teams, I think we'll be fine. And if we can get blocks on offense, run the ball, we'll be fine against other teams.
And I think the thing that I like about the culture that Coach Thomas that he builds is you guys stay steady. Like even when you make mistakes, and your coaches get on you guys.
Sir.
But you guys stay steady, and I think that goes to your parents. Your parents being hard on you, but you can take it, right?
Yes, sir.
Because when parents love you, right, they're a little bit tougher on you because they expect more from you. So when the coaches get on you guys, seeing in this new generation of kids, a lot of kids break, but you guys don't.
Yep.
You guys go over there, you walk over there, you take it. You might get chewed out, but you take it and you go back in it and you perform. And I think that is what makes you guys special, right?
Yep.
You guys have a different level of mental toughness that not everybody has. And even next week, regardless of next week or 2 weeks or whatever it may be, when things get hard, I know you guys are going to fight back. And is that something that you think as a culture you guys pride yourself in?
I think it is definitely a culture because, when we're in the weight room doing abs, like Coach Lloyd, he's always preaching mental toughness. You and your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
100%. So, Baden, being the first football player of the game, K-12 Law player of the game, I said something. I said, next time we do it, we're going to do it like the old John Madden style. We're going to have some deformed turkey with 8 legs. And I want to make sure that you come up here with all your linemen and they get the little turkey legs. All right?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Congratulations, man.
Hey.
Good luck, man.
Yep.
Get rested up.
Yep.
Whatever you do, hyperbolic water chamber, I don't know what you got planned. But, man, congratulations.
All right.
Good luck next week, man.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Just appreciate you guys.
Always, man.
Appreciate you guys' coverage and all you guys' work. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks again.
Always, man.
Appreciate you guys.
I'll be hitting you up again.
Yeah, anytime. Anytime you need anything, man. Shoot me a text.
We got you.
At ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
We're back for our final words from Home Team Sports TV. We're Musselman Applemen 27 over the Spring Mills Cardinals. We would like to thank the Spring Mills administration for allowing us to broadcast this game. The utmost hospitality in making sure we had everything necessary to give you guys a broadcast. To Coach Thomas and Baden Hartman, for allowing us the extra time while the team is in there celebrating to come do interviews. Next week we will be at Wildwood Middle School, well actually Jefferson High School, for the Wildwood Mustangs versus East Hardy on Wednesday at 6:30. And then our final broadcast will be Friday, Jefferson High School versus the Sharando Warriors. So from Home Team Sports TV, good night, God bless, and peace out. Everybody get home safely. God bless you.